Dementia residents can demonstrate multiple achievements when they can develop the ability to concentrate. As they build the ability to concentrate, then they can take their attention away from the dementia stress and then redirect it through the channel of focus and concentration and the topic of their interest. And once they garner this concentration and focus and sustain and maintain it, sometimes often to 1 or 2 hours in the workshops that we had, then remarkable skills can be developed, because from that concentration and focus, a certain confidence starts building with their thinking, with their quality of thinking, that they begin to realize that, oh, I can think in a positive way, a progressive way, an interesting way. I can control my thoughts and bring in quality of thinking with that focus and concentration, and so that they have a richer inner life. And because of that, then they can and are motivated by the fact of communicating this. If my mind is just in turmoil with dementia stress, we're not going to want to communicate about that. But if I'm thinking things through and focusing and realizing things, I will want to communicate. So with communication, of course, comes confidence, and with that communication, friendships develop, and on it goes. So they're the achievements that can happen from concentration building in dementia facilities. Of course, it depends utterly on the individual and how you go about each case. It really is an individualized thing. So to give you 2 examples, there was one man that I worked with. He was a farmer, a potato farmer actually, and a very successful one. He took his potatoes to the local market nearby where I worked, and it was a very popular shop where everyone from the whole, community would come for his excellent potatoes. So he was used to sorting out all the potatoes and the levels and the not so good ones and the good ones, or whatever you do with potatoes. So when he sat down to do the workshops, he'd always say, the most important thing is you've got to sort it out in your thinking. You've got to sort things out. And he and many of the dementia residents, probably I'd say 40, almost 50% of the residents used to say the most distressing part of dementia is that you're not able to think things through, sort things out, or make a decision. That is the most frustrating thing. Whereas when you can redirect your thinking away from the dementia stress through the channel of focus and concentration, and get back that ability to be able to decide and focus and make decisions, it really is an epiphany for these people. It's a godsend in a literal sense, because they're able to think, they're able to work things out, they're able to get control of their thinking and decipher what it is they'd like to think, what it is they'd like to do within their own realm of intellectual capacity, if you like. I mean, of course, they're restricted living in a dementia unit, but at least their inner life is under their control, even if their outer life is constrained. Now, there was another woman. She had been a successful sportswoman all her life. People in New Zealand are very into sport. There's always a large percentage of people in any dementia unit who's into sport, either netball, tennis, golf, tramping. Probably I'd say a good 40% would be into some form of sport, and a number of them competitively at school, and often carrying right through to the senior years. So this woman had been a competitive sportswoman, team sports mainly. And so I was working with her, and she said to me, I can feel that things are improving, and I have an exciting team. And I thought, how is it that she's thinking that she has an exciting team when really I was working with her individually mainly? She wasn't coming to the activities much at that point. She was isolating herself mainly to her room, so I was seeing her privately, and the son was very supportive. So there was really only the 2 of us that were supporting her, and she was saying that she had an exciting team. So I asked him, well, what is it about this exciting team? And he said, she likes to play her part in the team. So even though there were just the three of us, her playing the part in the team and us playing with her was enough for her to experience the fact that we were an exciting team. And because of that, and because she loved the excitement of being in a team, the excitement of sport, the success of sport, that really motivated her to think and try harder, which she did. She did very well ultimately, actually. So that's the way that the potato farmer and the sportswoman went through their various methods and were supported in the way that they needed to be supported to be able to achieve through their thinking and through their focus. So I've written about these topics at length in both books, The Resident's Voice and The Resident's Rise, both from a dementia unit. This first book being on everything you need to know for a person going into a dementia unit, and the second book, everything you need to know once they're actually in the dementia facility. A lot on depression, anxiety and anger when these things get, escalated. So they're on Amazon and my website below, pietavalentine.com. So thank you for your interest and your support and your likes and all the wonderful comments that I'm getting privately and on the videos. It's really, really good comments. Please pass on and please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you.